Hello and welcome back to yet another video. In this video, we are going to take another look at a strings data type. And this time around, I want us to focus on something called concatenation, which is how we are able to put two strings together side by side, okay? So let me use an example, like always, to explain the concept to you. So let's say I have a variable called first name that stores my first name, so Edward, and I also have a variable last name and that stores my last name Pi. Okay, now if I want to generate my full name from these two variables, I can do that using the concatenation operator, and it is going to surprise you which operator I am calling the concatenation operator here, and I will explain to you why. So to get my full name, I will just say full name is equal to my first name plus my last name. Now wait, you saw the plus operator when we discussed operators, and I told you that it adds two numbers. So how come we are using the plus operator on strings? Because these strings, of course, obviously Edward is not a number, Pi is not a number. So what does it mean to add Edward and Pi? Now remember that I told you the data type of a variable determines the values that the variable can take and also the operators that can be applied to those variables. Now the data type also affects how the operator actually functions. So if you use the plus on integers or floats, then it carries a mathematical connotation. And in the mathematical sense, when you use the plus, you are actually performing addition. But as far as strings are concerned, when you use the plus, it has no mathematical sense. And in Python, what happens is it does concatenation. So it is going to put the two strings side by side. So you will see Edward and Pi without a space between them. I will show you how to put a space in there using the same concatenation operator, but let's print this one out to see. So I'm going to print my full name here, and then we will run the program. So I call this string concatenation. So Python 3 string concatenation, and you can see that indeed it has put Edward and Pi side by side without a space between them. So the plus operator, when I apply it to strings, performs what is known as concatenation, where you are putting the two strings side by side. Okay, so if we wanted to leave a space between my first name and my last name, then what we can do is we can put in empty strings. Okay, so I can say I leave a space in between, then I use the plus again. So what I'm saying here is my full name is my first name plus empty space plus my last name. So now when we come and run this program, you can see that my full name will look nicer than before. So before it merged the two, Edward Pi without a space, and now it is Edward space Pi because we did that. So if I wanted to print my last name first and a comma and my first name, then what I'm going to do is I'll say last name, and then I'll open a quote and put a comma in there because that is also test. Okay, and then I will say first name. So remember, whatever you put in quote is a test and it will be printed as it is. Okay, so I come in here, I run this program again, and now you can see that my full name is Pi, comma, Edward. If I wanted to leave a space, I can still leave it in here. We run it again, and you can see that it is Pi, comma, Edward. So this is it about concatenation using the plus operator on strings. Thank you very much for watching this, and in the next video we will take a look at another thing we need to understand about the string data types, specifically when you put numbers in a string and what it means in Python. So I will see you soon once again.